Hi Posh fam, welcome back to my channel, Poshcat Eyes Unfiltered. We are going to be running episode 12 commentary tonight. It aired 2 days ago, but I have been so busy and I haven't had the opportunity to come here and give you the commentary. First things first, some gentle, kind reminders. Please, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, I'm not sure what you're waiting for. Just press the subscribe button, comment, like, and just tell us how you feel whilst you're on this channel. For those who have subscribed and for my existing subscribers, thank you so much for staying on, and thank you to my new subbies. We are now at 200. Yay! Oh my god, 200 took a long time to get to. I guess the countdown to 300 begins, but we're going to talk about this on another video where I, come and show some gratitude to my 200 plus subscribers. Yes, let's just get into the gist of today. Before I get into the commentary proper, there is something that I really would like to say. I actually took a note for this one. I need to do a viewer's discretion, okay? I feel like I owe it to you guys, to just let you in on exactly how I feel about the show. I know, I come on here on commentary and we laugh and just enjoy making a mockery of what's going on the show, but there's something that's actually happening in this show that is not exactly encouraging to viewers, especially young females, and I felt I needed to say something and just put a caveat out there so you don't think I'm endorsing some of this bad behavior that is being portrayed on this show. And here we go. So my commentary is all alleged and it is not reflective of the actual facts, just a personal observation and opinion of the events as I see it. And while we are at it, I would like to say this: young single girls that is watching this show, please note this. This show is not a true representation of how a relationship or marriage should be or should go. All the characters or actors on this show are, for all intent and purposes, acting to enhance, their social status and monetize their brand respectively. And the experts should tell us they have got no direct control or influence in how these people are carrying on in the experiment. With that said, or with that out of the way, let's just get into the business of the day. Episode 12 begins with the conclusion of Intimacy Week. Now, whilst there were some success story out of Intimacy Week, there was a lot of terrible, bad situations coming out of it. Bronte and Harrison, even though they have called the truth, there's still, just a blank space between these two. There's still some questions that needs to be answered between these two. We're going to get to that later on in my commentary. Claire and Jesse seem to be the outstanding couple for the week. They have been able to resolve their issues and are now seemingly in a good space, moved back in together. We are happy to see them moving back in together and living in harmony. Melissa and Josh, these two guys, I can guarantee you they're going home come Sunday. Come commitment ceremony, these two are going home, because there's no relationship between these two. They are both at each other's throats. They are not happy to even be in the same space. Josh face says it all. He is miserable, and I don't think they're gonna last come next week. We're not gonna see them. And it's actually clear because from the trailer for episode 13, which is the commitment ceremony, and episode 14, it appears we're gonna be getting our intruders. So there's gonna be 2 more weddings that I will be running my commentary on, which I am not exactly excited about because I thought we've moved on. But again, that's just the show. When you start getting max exodus of couples leaving the experiment, production will obviously try to do everything they can to keep the show going for the extended time slot it has on Channel 9. So, 2 new weddings are going to be happening next week. So we'll be introducing 2 new couples. I think this is where we're going to meet Taylor Whitner, and we're going to obviously uncover her aggro with the Lyndall and Cameron saga that's going to be coming on later on in the season. Anyway, before I get over myself with this one, yes, so like I said, Josh and Melissa, these two, they are splitting for sure by Sunday. There's no way they're going to continue on the show. So success again, Duncan and Alicia, these two have just made dive head first in type situation to their relationship, and instead of working for them at the moment, they seem very happy together. They seem comfortable, and I am just looking forward to how their relationship progress. As for the other couples, there's just not a lot to tell. Tani and Ollie are very happy, and Sandy and Dan, yeah, they look happy, but something happened at the dinner party that that's making me question the relationship a little. Before the dinner party kicks off, our residence gossip spreader, Lyndall, yes, Lyndall is here to tell us yet again about what she uncovered in the week or the weekend get a party this guy's had. I'm not sure how she finds herself in all of this uncomfortable, awkward situation. I'm glad she definitely is here to give us the gist, because obviously most of the shenanigans and the drama is happening behind the scenes, and cameras are not able to show us or give us a commentary on all that is happening. So we are thanking Lyndall for bringing us this behind the scenes drama, because that's exactly what the play-by-play at the dinner party is about. All that happened behind the scenes that we are not privy to. So before Lyndall went into the dinner party, she had something to say. She said, I think I've got some information, and that is, I saw Shannon having a chat with a lady who had got a kid whilst they were hanging out with the boys. And when Shannon saw them, he hushed them. Claire also corroborated this sequence of events, and they are planning to address it at the dinner party. So I was like, yeah, I cannot wait for this drama that's about to unfold at the dinner party tonight. And here we go. Dinner party is all set swinging with Melinda and Leighton walking in hand, all lovey-dovey, strong couple, I would say. So they are first to walk in, and no sooner had they walked in, Adam and Janella also walked in, as well as Lyndall and Cameron. Now, something was brewing between these two, because just before they left for the dinner party, they were having an altercation or an argument, and that is the fact that Cameron is saying, I don't want to get involved in other people's drama, and Lyndall is like, yes, we're going to get involved because that's why we are here. There's not much going on in our own relationship, so we have to meddle in others to be able to stay on and get more camera time. And Cameron is like, this is not what I'm here for. But you are literally pushing me away by trying to get into other couples' business. So they walked in seemingly hand in hand, but not exactly happy with each other. And Lyndall made a straight dive for Melinda. Claire and Jesse walked in cheeky. They tried to play that they were coming in separately, but they, ended up walking in together. Good to see, because the first dinner party, they were walked in separately. So happy days, they've come a long way. Next up, Dan and Sandy walked in, as well as Duncan and Alicia. Soon, Melissa and Josh walked in. These two are not happy, but well, they had to fake it again. We all fake it till we make it. They held hands, but that hands didn't stay together for long. And soon the girls just, made a nosedive for Connor, and they all had to start unpacking what they saw. And just before they got talking, Kathleen walked in by herself, and they knew all wasn't well in Casa de Kathleen and Shannon. And it wasn't hard for the girls to guess, and quite rightly, Kathleen had to break down the events that led to her, coming in, walking in by herself, and also moving out of their apartment. And so she told them what happened. But this is where it got interesting. She spoke in defense of Shannon. And I'm like, I watched episode 11. You literally gave him the third degree with your speech of, I am a strong woman, I know my worth, I'm walking away. And now you are sort of defending him. Make it make sense. I don't know, girl. I got confused. And as soon as she said that, Linda was like, oh, I've got an information. She tried to fidgeted a little bit before disclosing what she saw, with Claire corroborating what, they both saw. And, again, this is where I was confused, because Claire was like, are you sure? Although she was a bit downcast there, but then she's like, are you sure? There has to be an explanation. There has to be an explanation, right? There has to be. Because I'm going to support him. I was like, wait, support him? Girl, I thought you were done. Just as we're saying this, Bronte and Harrison also walked in. And they walked in together. Like I said, they are mending fences. So no surprise that they walked in together. But I'm not even sure how long that mending fence is going to last. These two are just crazy. And as soon as I saw the antics, a certain word came to my mind, or a certain phrase came to my mind, and that is Stockholm Syndrome. We're going to get into that later because it amplified a little bit more, and I was like, yes, this has definitely got to be Stockholm Syndrome. Some of these girls are already exhibiting the psychological definition of Stockholm Syndrome. So dinner was served, and they had dinner in peace. But just before a few of them ended their dinner, there was apparent another drama. And this is from Janelle. She said, she overheard something about Dan. That Dan had a boys' night out, and in that outing, there was number exchange from some strange girls. And Dan was the culprit. Which was shocking because I did not see this coming from Dan at all. Now, Janelle was tossing, do I go straight to Sandy? Do I keep it to myself? And just before she called Janelle, Tani, to help, give her the best advice on what to do with her supposed information. And the decision was to get Adam as well as get Harrison because apparently the information came from Harrison. And this is where it got interesting. Harrison was the one that actually got the numbers from the girls and not Dan. But Harrison, being the sneaky guy that he is, decided to throw Dan under the bus and make it seem Dan got the numbers from the girls. And so when that became a little bit clearer for Janelle, they decided they were not going to tell Sandy. However, Harrison was like, I'm just going to let Dan know this is exactly what we're talking about. When he informed Dan none the wiser, because he knew he didn't get anyone's number, but Harrison did. And so he said, okay, I'm going to tell Sandy so she's in the loop as well. And as soon as he told Sandy, Chick flipped on him. I wasn't expecting that reaction at all. She literally got up, got angry, was very loud about it, and walked off. Walked off the dinner party. We didn't see Sandy again. She bolted out of there. She's like, you're humiliating me. And again, with the cultural, trying to protect my culture, trying to be superior, it's not going to work if you're trying to portray a certain characteristics when you are on a show that is literally trash. Hello? What are you doing here? And that just led to a series of events because Dan became upset that he was used as a pawn. And now his relationship is, hanging by a thread. And word started getting out. The call out with Shannon also ensued. And Shannon said, oh, the girl or the lady you saw is my cousin or my niece that came from Queensland. And I did because I just, he couldn't even explain that one. And Caitlin came to his defense. Yes. As well as Bronte. Bronte was like, Harrison, I believe you. You're a hot guy. Girls are going to ask for your number. And I trust what you just said, that you did not save the number. I trust you. That's fine. It doesn't bother me. You're a hot guy. You're very handsome. So I will be shocked if you don't have girls coming for you. And I'm like, is that the reaction I should be getting from Bronte? And again, Stockholm Syndrome. If you don't know what Stockholm Syndrome means, I'm going to get a dictionary definition. And it is a coping mechanism to a captive or a victim or in an abusive situation. Now, people who are in an abusive situation begin to develop a positive feeling towards their captors or towards their abusers over time. And it is a psychological response to being abused as the victim, because these victims begin to form a psychological connections with their abusers and they begin to sympathize with them. And this is exactly what Kathleen and Bronte were doing. Sympathizing with Shannon and Harrison. These two guys have just trashed and tarnished their image, destroyed their self-worth and self-confidence. And here you are, supporting and covering for them, for their bad behavior. I was speechless. And I'm thinking the expert needs to do something before it gets worse. Because these two are heading for an emotional disaster. As far as I know it. They are literally going to be leaving this show a shell of themselves at this rate. And this is where the drama and the chaos ends, guys. With Sandy walking away, there's no resolution. They're probably going to find out during the commitment ceremony. Maybe she will write leave and Dan will write stay. I cannot wait to unpack this come Sunday. As for Josh and Melissa, those two are going home for sure. Now, Shannon and Caitlin, at this point, I would have said they're both going to go home. But with Caitlin being in a Stockholm Syndrome type situation, she might stay again. And if she does, I think the experts owe it to her mental health, to literally pull this guy off the show. Harrison and Bronte, I don't know what's going to happen there. But again, the same thing. The expert needs to make a big call here. And that is get these guys off the show. They are no good. They are just damaging these women. And these women are now at the point where the only way to cope with the abuse, with the emotional abuse they're getting from these guys, is to accept their bad behavior. That's it, guys. That's this particular commentary. There wasn't much play-by-play of the scenes. It's just me giving you my personal opinion of episode 12. And we're going to unpack episode 13, which will be the commitment ceremony come Sunday. Until then, guys, please stay safe and stay focused. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.